Weedy. What's happening, y'all? How we doing? Hope you had a good end of your week. We got a few things to talk about tonight. Not a whole crap ton, which is fine because I'm tired. But we got a little something. A little bit Marvel. A little quick update on some Star Warsy type stuff. And a couple other little titty bitties. So, you know what to do. Unless you're new. In which case, you fill your cup and you light your smoke. Because it's time to get nerdy. What's happening? What's happening? How's everyone doing tonight? Chat? How's everyone doing tonight? Lurkers? How's everyone doing? Whenever it is? Replay people. Oh, god damn it. Fucking cat hair right on the top of my lens, just kind of dangling right here. Just, ooh, I hate that shit. Anyway, what's happening, chat? How's everyone doing? Oh shit, I forgot to do the poll. It's been a little bit kind of weird. There. Here it is. So yeah, welcome in. Hit the like if you're new. Hit subscribe and the bell, and also join the Discord. If you scroll up just a little bit, you'll see Brooke dropped it in there. So chat, who all we got up in this yet? We got Spicy Dan. We got the aforementioned Brooke. Lou and Delta Dan. What's happening, chat? What's happening? Oh, I see the cheers from Lou. All my booze is elsewhere right now, Lou. It's still at the kids' house when we went over there for New Year's Eve. I did not bring it back. I don't know if I have anything in here. Bear with me for a smidge. All right. Best I can do is some Irish cream. But hey, at least it's 34 proof. Still stronger than beer. Fine. Damn, now I kind of want some coffee to put that shit in. That's what you should do. You should totally do that shit. Yeah, I've never watched Bleach. I'll tell you guys what, though. I started season 3 of Castlevania the other night. Because, as I mentioned Wednesday, unless you weren't here and missed it, I just randomly started watching Castlevania, I think, Tuesday. And, no. Thursday. No, because it was before the last stream. Yeah, it was before the last stream. When the fuck did I? It must have been Tuesday. Tuesday, I'm like, what the fuck do I want to watch? I'm scrolling. Well, so here's the circumstance. Mrs. Chillin and I were watching true crime on the Netflix. And we went to go lay down, and I'm looking at Netflix like, what the fuck do I want to watch? So I go to, my list. I'm like, all right, what the hell is that? I could barely remember what the fuck was on my list. So I go to the my list, and I'm scrolling. I'm like, oh, hey, what the fuck? Let's check out Castlevania. And then I proceeded to end up watching the first 2 seasons. Just straight through. I fucks with Castlevania, y'all. I fucks with Castlevania. So, like I said, I blew through the first 2 seasons, and I just started the third last night. Good. They're setting up what looks to be some fun shit, yo. They are setting up what looks to be some fun shit. I am very much looking forward to the rest of this season. Yeah, and you'll see me glancing that way every so often. It's because I have the Packers Bears game on, so I can keep track of it. In case you were wondering, Packers are up 21-6 with 6.5 left in the third quarter. And Chicago appears to be putting together a little bit of a drive. Penalty flag. Oop, and a Packer down. Ruh-roh Raggy. Of course, fucking, what's his damn name? Caleb Williams on Chicago's last offensive play kind of got tripped up a little bit, and his toe caught in the turf, and he fucking twisted the shit out of his right ankle. So that'll be interesting to see what the fuck happens going for the rest of the game with that. And Green Bay's already whooping that ass. If Caleb Williams is hurt, Chicago's fucked. Straight fucked. What up, Griff? How you doing, brother? I'm glad you have your griff handle back, because you, sir, are not average. Just in case you were wondering or wasn't sure, you're not average. So, oh shit! I forgot to do one little thing. Be right back. There we go. That's better. You think I would like is you think an anime I'd like is Black Clover? Magic and magicians, the main character is someone who doesn't have magic in a world where everyone has magic. That sounds like it sucks to be them. Mr. Bump it that hard with the arm or the chair. Whoops. Did any of you happen to watch that fucking L.A. Carolina game before this one? That one? That one? Y'all have to watch it. That game was fucking nuts. Didn't quite get to see all of it, but I got to see most of it. It was crazy. 170 episodes. That's a fair chunk. Yes, find ways to overcome it. Yeah, you're gonna have to be a clever motherfucker to get by in a world where everyone has magic except that person. You're gonna have to be really clever. And the writers are gonna have to leave limits or flaws on the magic in order for that to be realistic. Well, appears to be moving okay so far. A little cortisone and a brace fix him right up. Yeah, check that out. The next thing I'm due to check out is the first recommendation I got, which is The Legend of Vox Machina. That's the next thing I'm going to check out after Castlevania. Main characters are super persistent. Well, they'd fucking have to be. Like real talk, they would just have to be to exist in those conditions. I need to retweak my setup completely. No, actually, do that. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I won't. Something sort of anti-magic. Okay, well, there. Yeah, as I say, there'd have to be something going on. Otherwise, he'd just be straight fuck. Come on, reload. Thank you. Anyway, so Riff. Ooh, third and four from the 9. All right, I'm about to go red zone on this shit. 4 wide shotgun, back to Caleb's left, handoff, going right. Ooh, inches. Fourth in a short yard. You know they're fucking going for that shit. Sorry, this is a very compelling part. I'm gonna put up with this shit for a minute. Okay, yep. I big formation, lots of tight ends, and a pass, and a fail. He didn't catch that in the air, did he? Oh, fuck, he did. Massive fail. Blitz was getting to him, and he chucked it in the air, and it got intercepted by Green Bay. I think Chicago may be fucked unless Green Bay fucked up. That seemed more like that. There we go. Yes, better. Yeah, it's better. Now you'll be able to hear me better because the mic right by my face. All right. Okay. Let us get into it. We have first this little tidbit from the Geeky Cast, who mostly reports on scoops, but in this case, he has his own. And it is as follows. Damson, as in Damson Idris, is going to be spending a lot of time at Pinewood Studios this year. Ooh. He'll be shooting multiple movies as the Black Panther. Stay tuned for more details. How about that, chat? Hold on, I gotta wipe my glasses. Now, mind you, he said scoop, but these days scoop and rumor are pretty interchangeable. No offense, Chadley. No. Like I said, Chad doesn't do much scooping. He does much more reporting. But he does have sources. He does not employ them very often. He doesn't. He repeatedly says he's not a scooper, although this is kind of funny because he literally started that tweet with scoop. But fucking good enough. Soupy, what's happening? Am I freaking kidding you? About what exactly? Damson? You know what's gonna happen? What? T'Challa getting recast? I would have fucking hoped so. If anything, they're long motherfucking overdue. Yeah, if anything, this is way past due. This is an about damn time situation, is what this is. Uh-oh, big fella lost. He's getting recasted. Potentially T'Challa. Oh, were you talking about the headline? Blade? Yeah, that movie was probably dead. We kind of knew it was going to be dead 2 years ago. No one just wanted to admit it. We'll get to it. God dang it. Oh. You're really hoping for Jordan Peele to direct Blade? Yeah, that wouldn't happen. Doesn't mean he's not coming to Marvel. It just wasn't going to be for Blade anyway. Well, he only no. Wesley Snipes said there's only himself said there's only ever going to be one Blade. Deadpool's just talking about Hugh Jackman. Midnight Suns, though, we'll get to it. Patience, grasshopper. You will soon learn. You will soon learn. Soon learn what is happening. If I can ever remember how to pronounce words correctly. Yep. Anywho, yes. So, ladies and gentlemen of the chat and the replay, it is now possible. Ryan made the script. I mean, he co-wrote it, I guess. Yeah. Fear not. But what do y'all think about it, chat? I mean, we've been seeing Damson fan cast for a while for that role. Then there was that one picture that came out like a month or so ago. I don't know, somewhere between a month and 2 months ago, with Damson walking next to Angela Bassett, who is in full-on Queen Raimonda gear. I can't remember if he posted it to his own Instagram. Anyway, that had people freaking out. And now we have the Geeky Cast popping in, saying he's going to be shooting multiple movies as the Black Panther. Well, at Pinewood. Well, right now, the multiple movies that Marvel's doing at Pinewood will be Doomsday, additional photography / reshoots, and then Secret Wars. Oh yes, and some of that leaked concept art from last fall? No, a year ago? I don't know. It was a long time ago. Some of the concept art of the Black Panther had a fairly strong resemblance to Damson at the time. I remember people talking about. So, I mean, this has been in the air for probably a year, pretty close to a year. Again, mostly speculation, fan casting, and the resemblance in that footage, concept art. Now, here's what we still don't know. Cool. Damson Idris is going to be a Pinewood, being the Black Panther. Cool. But what Black Panther? Is he going to be from another universe? Is he going to be aged up Toussaint? Will he stay Black Panther after the reset? We know none of these answers. We have no clue. I mean, well, technically, we don't even know for sure that this is like real. No offense, Chad. But as we usually do with scoops and rumors, we treat them as true for the fun of speculation and conversation. Yeah. Got the ball back. Caleb's still running around in the pocket, so he must not be feeling too bad on that ankle. Man, a lot of fucking goop in that thing. I need a paperclip. Think Soupy. I think that they'll be that he'll be from another universe, and then be brought into ours for the soft reboot. Oh yeah, that's another aspect. Oh, I already said that. Will he be Black Panther after the reset? I mean, I think it probably is that, although I would say it's probably 50-50 between him being from another universe and an aged up Toussaint, because there's already going to be a 6 or so year time jump from the end of the Fantastic Four to when Doomsday starts. Like, Franklin's going to be older. Of course, that might be just the difference in time between 828 and 616. I'm not sure if there's going to be. No, I think it's going to be a wholesale MCU time jump going into Doomsday, or maybe Doomsday will start and then it'll. Yeah, maybe it'll be like Endgame, where like you get like almost now-ish type stuff for a while, then a little bit of shit happens, and then time jump. Could be something like that as well. We shall see. Personally, I hope that he is an actual T'Challa, not aged up Toussaint. I want him to be an actual T'Challa from another universe, and then obviously I want him to stay as T'Challa and the Black Panther. And Shuri can just go back to the lab and make kick-ass gear. And, I really liked her in the first Black Panther movie when she was like, the little smart-ass, ridiculously intelligent scientist. Like, she was good that way. She's just not good as the Panther. I don't know what to say. That's kind of all there is to it. She's just not good as the Panther. Letitia Wright herself does not have the gravitas necessary for that role. Shuri the Scientist, all fucking day. She's good. I enjoy her as that. Shuri the Black Panther, not so much. So yes, please be an actual fucking T'Challa. Well, first of all, pretty please let this shit be real. And then, assuming it is, pretty please let him be an actual T'Challa and not an aged up Toussaint. What do you guys think, chat? Do you think Damson Black Panther is real? And then, for the sake of discussion, assume it's real. And do you think he will be a full-on T'Challa from another universe? Or do you think he's going to be an aged up Toussaint? Kendall, what's happening, man? How's politics? How's the family? How's everything? It's real? Really? Where'd you see that at? I would love to see the corroboration. Not that I don't trust Chad, because I do. He's T'Challa, son of T'Challa? So he's Toussaint. Damn it, Jim. Where'd you see that at? I'm not disbelieving you. I like to see this stuff. That's all. I trust you, Kendall. That's kind of a bummer. No, he's T'Challa. Okay. So you're just gonna come in here and be like, "Hey, what's up?" And now I'm gonna troll your ass. Okay, that's cool. And like Josh said, that's kind of what you sign up for when you decide to live stream. You are signing up to get trolled by chat. I have accepted. But I will troll back, motherfucker. It's about time T'Challa's recast. Oh, always R.I.P. to Chadwick. That was he wasn't just oh, so but he is going to be Toussaint though, just aged up and called T'Challa, son of T'Challa. Because yes, that's his real name. Toussaint's his secret identity, of course. But I was I was hoping for T'Challa, son of T'Chaka, is what I was hoping for. I wanted T'Challa, son of T'Chaka. Damn, I forget what is it his grandpa or his great grandpa that had the fucking sword. Listening to Ryan, keeping me on it for Chad like this is good. Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, Coogler. Good God. I saw Ryan, I was thinking Reynolds. I'm like, what the fuck does he have to do with this stuff? Coogler. Oh, for Chad like this is good. Okay. Yeah. I just want T'Challa son of T'Chaka. But, you know. If it has to be T'Challa, son of T'Challa, just, you know, as long as he's the Panther when it's all said and done, good enough. Now, here's the question though, chat. I don't know that anyone's ever actually speculated out this far, but the situation as it stands right now is Shuri is the Panther and M'Baku is King of the Wakanda. Once we get T'Challa, son of T'Challa, fully adulted and shit, I wonder how they're gonna work all that out. Like, are they even gonna like show us in the movie that shit getting worked out? Or are they just gonna be like, poof, it's this way now? And I mean, obviously, I'm assuming Shuri would be like, yeah, no, here, you can have the synthetic heart shaper. I'm good. I'm going back to the lab. Um, question is, what's going to happen between him and M'Baku? What's going to happen with the throne? Will they go old school like in BP1? Fight it out? Will M'Baku just be like, you're the rightful heir, we'll call it a day? I kind of want them to fight it out like BP1. I'd love to see that battle. But I have a sinking feeling it's going to be the other one. What do y'all think? How do you guys think they're going to handle the throne? Like, I don't think it'll be like any kind of anything to get him the Black Panther mantle back. I'm just wondering how they're going to handle him, you know, getting him on the throne. Will they even put him on the throne? Will he be like, nah, dog, you can keep the throne. I'm just going to Panther it up? Would they go that route even? This shit's literally just popping in my head as we go. I have never thought these thoughts before. Frankly, I'm amazed I'm thinking them now. It's gonna be interesting to see. Yeah. How will they handle the throne of Wakanda going forward? Nope. 21-9 now. 13 minutes 25 seconds left in the fourth. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. how would I do it? I would probably have them fight it out. Obviously, T'Challa would win. He'd go back on the throne, and I would. So I'd put him back on the throne, and I'd make him Baku general of the army, or maybe even like a prime minister type. I'd have him. No, have him on the council and in charge of the military. Boom. There we go. Shuri, an advisor and chief scientist of Wakanda. T'Challa on the throne and Black Panther, and M'Baku on the council and leader of the military. Uh, that's how I would do it. And also by virtue of it being how I would do it, it's also what I'd like to see. What do you guys think? What are your thoughts on that? How would you handle the future of those three characters going forward? Now, how do I think they're going to do it? Because that's how I would do it, and how I would like them to do it. But how will Marvel handle it? Hmm. Hmm. If I were Kevin Feige, how would I handle the throne? Hmm. I have a feeling, and I don't know why, but I feel like Kevin's going to leave M'Baku on the throne with the idea of giving T'Challa more freedom to go panthering. Like he had when his dad was still on the throne. I feel like that's what Kevin's going to do. I think we're going to have Shuri is the Wakandan chief scientist, and M'Baku will stay king, and T'Challa will just panther it up. But I'd rather they do it my way, obviously. How about y'all? What do you think? How they going to do it? How you want them to do it? Share with me your thoughts and your opinions and your speculation and your hypothesizing and your postulation. Any more thoughts on that, chat, before we move on to a little Spider-Man news? Got a little Spider-Man news. They should have M'Baku remain the general and bring T'Challa back as King of Wakanda and the Panther. Sure is really cool in the lab. I think to make cool stuff for our hero. 100%. That is true. Hopefully Marvel does do it this way eventually. Yeah. I'm just very curious. Like I said, I never really considered how they'd handle the throne until like literally this stream. So, yeah. Now I'm all kinds of curious to see how they do that. Like I said, I don't know that anyone has actually ever brought that up. I mean, I don't watch. The variety of people I watch on YouTube is not large, so it's entirely possible that someone somewhere already speculated on that shit. Would not surprise me in the slightest. I don't think I'm that unique. However, I am 99.9% sure that no one in the bubble that I'm in has talked about that. I think I can safely say that. You guys ready for some Spider-Man brand new day stuff? You ready? How would you guys like to go over a list of possible plot points for Spider-Man brand new day? Actually, let me rephrase that. How would you guys like to go over yet another list of possible plot points for Spider-Man brand new day? And, I say that for a lot of reasons, most of them being the amount of reports that have come out about this fucking movie over the last year and a half. Let me see a brand new day trailer real soon. Well, by real soon, I hope you mean in about a month or so. Because I highly doubt they're going to release it before the Super Bowl. Really curious to see how Sadie Sink's character will actually be like in the film. Yeah, I think we all are. Some people think they know. We'll see who knows what. Let's hear them. All right. Now, these come from Majestic. Majestic's back. And somehow has managed to redeem himself in the eyes of other people I trust. So, fuck it. Here we go. Spider-Man is experiencing a crisis with his powers, similar to Tobey Maguire's. That would be from Spider-Man 2. With malfunctions linked to his emotional state. I don't know why they'd rehash that, but on the other hand, considering everything that's happened to him, it also makes sense. I mean, let's face it, he's got to be quite fucked up with everything that happened in No Way Home. So, Punisher is protecting Jean Grey. Okay, so he's assuming it's Jean Grey. From damage control, who continues to pursue her in New York. A Daily Bugle montage makes references to Daredevil, which is about the only way we're going to see him in this movie, probably. Or have him acknowledged in any way, shape, or form. Oh, shit. Oh, touchdown Chicago. 10 minutes and 8 seconds left in the game. Assuming they make the extra point, it'll be 21-16. All right. So yeah, that's probably all the Daredevil we're going to get in that movie. So it makes references to Daredevil and features villains like Ramrod, Boomerang, and Tarantula. I did see a thing about Ramrod the other day. So I posted the Car Ramrod gif from Super Troopers. Because anytime I hear that word now, Car Ramrod? Say Car Ramrod. Say Car Ramrod. Jesus Christ. Say that 8 times fast. $21-16. This just became a game. Chicago has scored 10 unanswered because it used to be 21-6. Uh-oh. So yeah, Ramrod, Boomerang, Tarantula. I mean, we've known about Boomerang and Tarantula. Ramrod is kind of a newer development, but they're all in a montage, which we've heard about the montage prior to today as well. That's not really new. But, there it is again, I guess. If you want to use how often something is repeated as a measure of its veracity, there it is again. Peter works at a deli and avoids getting close to MJ and Ned. I'm assuming that's supposed to be Ned, who are rebuilding their lives. Tombstone, along with the hand. Well, we did hear that there's going to be ninjas in this motherfucker. So ninjas pretty much mostly, not all the time, but mostly equals the hand. Uses Jean to free Scorpion and eliminate Spider-Man and Punisher. Well, obviously they won't be eliminated. Now, here's my question. How does Tombstone have any power of any kind, physical, emotional, or otherwise, over Jean? That's what I want to know. How is Tombstone in a position to use Jean? Or another way to ask that is, how is Jean in a position to be used by Tombstone? I'll tell you, chat. I have no goddamn clue. I have no idea how they're going to explain why Jean Grey is in a position to be used by Tombstone. I can come up with absolutely nothing on that. I mean, I suppose there's the old standby of chemical control. He's got her drugged. I feel like it's got to be like, yeah, like some kind of chemical, maybe some kind of piece of tech. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see, A, if that's true, and B, if it is true, how the fuck they explain it. There was just a fumble. Right now, it's Green Bay's ball. Oh, and it stays Green Bay's ball. Okay. So that'll be interesting to see how they explain that shit, if it's true. Faced with this crisis, I'm assuming said crisis being Tombstone using Jean to free Scorpion and come after Spider-Man and Punisher. Spider-Man asks for help from Bruce Banner, his former university professor, but Jean's powers end up transforming Banner into the Grey Hulk. Now, this is not the first time we've heard the... Excuse me just one second. Sorry, very weird noise came from upstairs. I had to go check. Probably because I'm the only one up. But yeah, not the first time we've talked about Grey Hulk either. Oh, that's that one. Jesus Christ. Okay. Um. So yeah, not the first time we've heard about Grey Hulk being in there. And again, if you guys recall, the last time we talked about Grey Hulk, um, we were talking about how he's not quite as strong as full-on Savage Green Hulk, which is the only way that Punisher would even have a chance of doing anything is because of the slightly limited version of a Hulk that the Grey Hulk is compared to Green. So, yeah, Grey Hulk is Joe Fixit. When he's not being, when he's not doing Hulk shit, he's doing mobster shit, which is kind of interesting on its own. But yeah, to your point of being able to control his emotions more and stuff. Yeah, he's a gangsta. Oh, could have been. Yeah, maybe that was it. Yeah, so there's some. Yeah. Yelena has a cameo in the film attempting to recruit Punisher. Okay. Makes sense, and I'm pretty sure we've heard about that before, too. Damage Control is a government agency that illegally captures people with superhuman abilities and is linked to someone in the shadows who experiments on them. Ooh. So, yeah, some of this we've heard before, which makes me wonder if Majestic isn't just kind of gathering stuff that we've been hearing over the last year or so. And basically, this seems like an aggregation. I mean, the working at a deli thing I don't remember hearing about before. Or the rehashing of Spider Man 2. We've heard about Punisher protecting Jean Grey. We've heard about the montage. Deli, no. The fact that it's Tombstone using Jean to free Scorpion, that's new. I mean, we knew she was gonna. We've we've heard previously that she's gonna take mind control of guards to break Scorpion out, but we didn't know why. So this is a little tidbit about why she would do that. Spider-Man has control from Bruce. I feel like that's actually in the trailer, if I remember right. That was in the leaked trailer. And Jean's powers end up transforming Banner into the Grey Hulk. Like I said, Grey Hulk, that's come up before. It's been speculated that that Sadie Sink's character's powers. We're just going with Jean for the sake of convenience. That's been speculated that that's one way that Banner would go Hulk again. So there's that. Main villains are Tombstone and Scorpion, and the secondary antagonist is Banner. Well, yeah, because he doesn't become an antagonist until he ends up hulking out again. Excuse me. Main villains being Tombstone and Scorpion. Although, if you think about it, you could call the Department of Damage Control a main villain because they're running around after Jean. That's not surprising because this is a mostly street level movie. So, Yelena, well, we already knew that we've known she's officially been cast for that movie for a while. Attempting for Punisher, we kind of knew about that. And Damage Control, yada yada yada, linked to someone in the shadows. Pretty sure we've heard that before. So yeah, except for a couple small new details, that pretty much reads like an aggregation of rumors over the last year. What do you guys think? How do you guys feel about those? Do you feel like it's more of an aggregation than anything else? How much of that shit you remember? How do you feel about it? What do you think about that particular list of rumored plot points, chat? Like I said, not much new in there, but a couple little something. Couple little something. Anything? Bueller. Gene is controlled by Tombstone is intriguing. Yeah. He's pretty brutal in the comics. Yeah, I've never read any stories with him in them. I mean, she definitely is a potent weapon for sure. I mean, hell, she's a potent weapon for Professor X. The difference is she's voluntarily being Professor X's weapon. Hope they develop Tombstone's character more in the friendly neighborhood. Oh, they will. I am 100% sure they will. Because he was only at the end of season 1, he was only just starting to turn gray. Like, I don't think had he completely grayed out by the end of the first season? I'm not 100% sure anymore. I thought he did. I initially was thinking he didn't, but now I'm not so sure. I've covered a comic that had a Tombstone in it. Apparently, he rounded up a bunch of people in a butcher shop. And the comic showed him branching in each Cleveland. Oh. Well, yeah, that seems appropriately villainous, doesn't it? Y'all done fucked up, and I shall chop you up now. Oh, Green Bay got field goal. 27-16. Just a bunch of little shit, man. Oh, alright, excuse me one more time. I'm gonna plug this bitch in. Tombstone's still relatively normal at the end. Okay, that's what I thought. But he was getting gray splotches. He was definitely getting gray splotches. The fuck, man? What are my feet? No. So, there you have it, chat. The latest collection of rumors about Spider-Man Brand New Day. And here's another little interesting tidbit, though. What the hell? Okay. So, this is more general news, not specifically related to the plot or anything, but it is Spider-Man related. Check this shit out, chat, and hopefully this one is real as well. According to one Daniel Richtman, aka Daniel RPK, Olivia Wilde's Spider-Woman film is officially dead. Well, it's been in limbo long enough. It may as well be. Seems to be going around. Because of this, Sony is now more open to sharing its Spider-Man characters with Marvel. More specifically, the characters that they wanted to use in their spin-off films. Oh. They're going to start shipping over some villains, y'all. I would love to see what the MCU would do with Kraven. Can you imagine an MCU adaptation of Kraven's Final Hunt? Olivia Wilde. Oh yeah, Olivia Wilde's she's pretty. She's definitely pretty. And of course, the biggest of all the characters that Sony tried to use without Spider-Man in the SSU is, of course, Venom. If this is accurate, Feige's going to get to play around with Venom a lot. And I like that. I like it. I like it. I like it. I love it, even. I'm going to say I love it. I love it. I love it. Old SNL reference. Molly Shannon. Love the Venom films for what it's worth. I enjoyed them. Even the second one. I enjoy the second one. I don't think it's good, but I enjoy it. Want them to do Carnage Justice? Yes, for sure. That would be Justice for Carnage would be a good thing. Sony caused a situation where Carnage needs a bit of a rehab. Carnage needs a bit of rehab, but I have confidence in Marvel Studios they can do that shit. Well, Carnage, she could be like 100 times more brutal. Oh yeah, that's true, but they'd have to make that an R-rated film if we're going to get Carnage really being Carnage. I love seeing L2. Oh, 100%. Can you imagine Marvel Studios doing a fuck, what's it called? King in Black? Bro. And the cool part is like everyone's in that story too. Like everyone's in the King in Black as well. Like that's like a big event. You know, it can be cosmic because Null is coming through the galaxy towards Earth for a fair chunk of that story, wreaking havoc. So you got the cosmic side of Marvel, and then the terrestrial teams that are gonna have to deal with the Null's invasion and his symbiote critter army. Yeah, that is correct, Brooke. It is correct. He's the one that created the all black Necrosword. Yeah. So, yeah, if Sony's going to start shipping over villains so Marvel can make them cool, I'm here for it. And of course, especially Venom. But yeah, I want to see Marvel do a King in Black. I want to see Marvel do a Craven's Last Hunt. Those are the only ones I can think of off the top of my head, but those are also two fucking badass fucking events. So, gimme. Gimme, 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 gimme. What do you guys think about that shit, chat? What say you? grab a can of soda while you think about what you want to type into the chat and then type it. Hint. Oh shit, Chicago just scored another touchdown. It is 27-24 with 4:18 left in the game, and Green Bay is about to get the ball. Delta Dan. That sounds awesome, but also too good to be true. Sony going to Sony. I mean, that is fair. That is completely a fair take. That is a completely fair take. Anybody else? Okay. One last little Spider-Man-y tidbit, and then we're going to move on. This is just a quick little thing. We have new official logos for both Spider-Man and the Punisher. Check this shit out. This is the official Spider-Man Brand New Day logo. I kind of like the fade in. You see how this is a little faded? Kind of like the fade into Solidity. I think that's pretty cool. Obviously, it's fairly simple. It is going to be it's going to be much more dope over like the actual suit with the webbing, but I definitely very much appreciate them going back to the long legs because that shit he had on during Phase 3 going into No Way Home. Well, Phase 3 and 4 and 5. It looked like a fucking tick. I hated that spider logo. It looked like a tick. This, much better. Going back to the long legs. This has always been my preferred version. Well, overall, in general, of the shape of it. Give me long ass legs. Nothing super condensed. Yeah, I like this. What do you guys think of this? Maybe they'll be fair since Marvel let them borrow Hulk and Punisher, though. Well, it's less let than it's part of the deal. It's part of the Spider-Man deal that when we use Spider-Man, we have to have an MCU character in there too. Like, we had Tony in Homecoming, we had Nick Fury in Far From Home, we had Doctor Strange in No Way Home, and now we have Hulk and Punisher in Brand New Day. Yeah, so it's required. Reminds you of Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man films. Now, Marvel was super nice and is putting 1, 2, 3 in there. If you want to count Yelena, Hulk, Punisher, and Yelena. So Kevin's kind of being generous with that. But yeah, they only have to have one. Like I said, Feige's being generous this time. Maybe that'll work in their favor. Either that or they finally have a smart executive at Sony who's like, yeah, we're just not as good at this as Marvel is. Let's let them make all these characters look good, and then give us 75% of every movie that they're in. Which is literally the smartest way to go about it. You don't have to fucking sell Spider-Man back, even though you fucked up the universe. You just let Marvel do it and take 75% of the money. Could be three if it's Hulk, Punisher, maybe Jean Grey. That'd be four. Be Hulk, Punisher, Yelena, and Jean Grey. Don't forget Yelena. Florence Pugh Pugh is in this motherfucker. The divine Florence Pugh Pugh. Flag, flag, no flag, no flag. Oh shit. Yeah. But yeah, this logo, Spider-Man logos are tight. This logo's tight, y'all. You ready for the Punisher logo? This is the new updated official Punisher logo. Well, bam. Oh yeah. I likes this. I likes this a lot. I like the weathering. Mad props to whoever designed this. This is dope. What do y'all think of this new Punisher, new official Punisher logo? Excuse me. What do y'all think of that? I think that's fucking sick. I need it on a shirt in my closet. Punisher has some of the coolest superhero logos. Yes, yes, he does. Looks rugged. Yes. Yes, I'm a fan of that too, bro. I like it. Both are awesome. I 100% agree with that. Third and 10 from the Chicago 21. 3 minutes, 2 seconds left. You better snap that ball. Give it. They let it go. Or nope, they flagged him for delay of game. Now it's about to be third and 15 from 26. You love both seasons of The Punisher. Some of those brutal stuff I've seen from Marvel. Yeah, 100%. Season 2 was not as good as season 1, though. Like, let's be frank. See what I did there? Let's look at that logo some more. It looks a lot better than my face. Resourceful too with anything guns related. He's resourceful with anything that can remotely be turned into a weapon. Ooh, well, now they're gonna have to kick a field goal and only be up by 6. Yeah, I love this fucking logo. They're both awesome. You guys want to talk about those logos anymore? That logo on a black shirt with American flag on one sleeve would be money. Yes, yes, it would. Man, how the did he just miss that? Oh fuck, he missed the field goal. What is it with motherfuckers missing field goals and like kicks lately? That fucking Pittsburgh game, motherfucker missing extra points, and then the homie missed the field goal at the end. Wide right. Both of those were wide right. This was wide right. That's crazy. Chicago can send it to overtime with a field goal or win it with a touchdown. How much time is left? A Chicago fan has a cheese grater on his head. I love it. That's hilarious. 2:51 left. Yeah. But yes, Delta Dan, you are correct. That on a black shirt with a flag on the sleeve would be money. 100%. Actually, the flag could be just a bonus. That shirt itself would just sell like fucking crack. Comic book fans and others. Yes. All right, guys. You ready? Let's move on. We have an update, chat. We have an update on the Kathleen Kennedy situation. As we talked about on Wednesday, Matt Bellany from Puck News dropped the story that Kathleen Kennedy would be leaving in a couple weeks, matter of a few weeks, and that Dave Filoni and Lin Wen, what the fuck is her goddamn name? Lin Wen Brennan, yeah. So y'all remember talking about that shit, right? Well, THR in their Heat Vision newsletter added a few details. Well, first of all, they talked about it, which the last time, what are you doing? Stupid fucking thing. Okay. As you recall, about a year ago, Bellany broke a similar story. He didn't say who her replacements were, but he said there was a good chance she'd be leaving by the end of 2025. Well, you'll recall that within a day or two of Bellany dropping that story, I think it was Variety, dropped a whole big old interview with Kathy. Where like you just went completely suck ass and shit on Bellany, and she shit on Bellany and was like, "I'm gonna make movies till I die," yada yada yada. Yes, there's a plan, but no one knows the exact timeline. I'll be basically it boiled down to fuck that guy. I'll be around till I decide to leave. Is pretty much what it boiled down. Right? You remember that? So now we have about 1 year later, approximately, give or take, Bellany coming out and be like, "Yo, she gone in the not too distant future, and Lin Wen Brennan and Dave Filoni are going to run this company. Lin Wen running the business side and Filoni running the creative side." So we got that report, I think, on Tuesday. No. Yeah, we got that report on Tuesday. So today or yesterday, either yesterday or today, Hollywood Reporter in their Heat Vision letter gave us a bit more of a timeline. And here's an article about it. No one, I tried for fucking almost a half an hour to find the link to the actual newsletter that multiple people are talking about. The Direct's talking about it. This thing that I found a full article on it from the place called That Park Place. I have no idea who these people are, but they wrote this nice little article that we're about to go over about this whole thing. So, away we go. Kathleen Kennedy leaving Lucasfilm next week? THR confirms major shakeup as Filoni and Brennan poised to leave. Oh, yeah, that's another thing. That was my whole point that I was about to make and then fucking forgot. Yeah, so last time Bellany does this, the trades come out. Well, Variety, which is a Penske-owned trade, comes out with this big old interview from Kathleen, basically pooping all over Matt Bellany. This year, Bellany says it again, gives a more specific timeline. Last time he just said by the end of 2025. This time he's saying a matter of weeks. And the next thing to come out in the trades is not yet another scathing interview from Kathleen Kennedy. It is the Heat Vision newsletter from the Hollywood Reporter talking about Bellany's article, not refuting it, not debunking it, not dropping another interview with Kathleen saying how, oh no one knows, I'm going to make movies till I die, yada, yada, yada. No. Not that bullshit we got last year. This year we get what is basically confirmation. Because the trades don't put shit out unless the I can't say that. Trades will occasionally put some shit out the studios aren't happy about, but if it's a big thing, the studios will call them up and be like, get that shit the fuck off your website. They've done it before. They'll do it again. And the fact that this has not been taken down, there hasn't been a counter article in another trade publication. Ladies and gentlemen, nerds of all ages, I might be twerking Wednesday night. Here we go. Major Hollywood trade publications are now acknowledging the rumors that Kathleen Kennedy leaving Lucasfilm may be imminent. Recent coverage in the Hollywood Reporter's Heat Vision newsletter, which they didn't provide a link for, nor did any fucking buddy else who wrote an article about the Heat Vision newsletter. No one put in a link for me, so I could see it for myself. Bitches. Yes, recent coverage in the Heat Vision newsletter noted that Kennedy, quote, may make her departure from Lucasfilm official any day now, citing sources close to the studio and ongoing internal transition planning. This development follows earlier reporting from Puck News columnist Matthew Bellany, who first broke the story of Kennedy's potential exit for the second time, and a broader leadership reshuffle within the iconic franchise studio. This is interesting. That Park Place sources, again, I have no idea who the fuck these people are. I don't know how good their sources are, but, we're just going to roll with it. Have indicated that Kennedy has been noticeably absent from Lucasfilm headquarters. This is new. Fueling speculation that her role has already shifted substantially prior to any formal announcement. Insiders familiar with the situation confirmed to That Park Place that Dave Filoni and Lin-Wen Brennan have been operating with expanded authority, informing key creative and business decisions in recent weeks. Damn, I wish I'd have read this fucking article much earlier today. I could have gone back and maybe checked what decisions have happened in recent weeks. This aligns with the narrative emerging in the trades, that Lucasfilm is entering a new chapter under dual leadership. Filoni on the creative side, and Brennan managing business operations, even as official titles and responsibilities are still being finalized. Kennedy's record in recent years, okay. Kennedy served multiple stars, blah, blah, blah. While our changes include two major players, mostly been marked by creative disputes. Okay, here we go. This is accurate. While her tenure has included a few major commercial successes, basically, strictly speaking from a money standpoint, the trilogy and Rogue One, it has mostly been marked by creative disputes, ballooning budgets, even uneven critical reception on key projects, and the first Star Wars properties ever to lose money at the box office. That would be Solo. Bellany's initial report. Matthew Bellany's Puck News coverage earlier this week was the first to publicly frame Kennedy's exit as a near-term certainty, citing her diminishing daily presence and internal discontent among some creative circles. That report set the stage for mainstream validation. Now, we've heard from a lot. Whoop, what the fuck? We've heard a lot about internal discontent. We've heard that discontent isn't limited to just Lucasfilm, but people in the Disney corporate umbrella are also dissatisfied with what be happening at Lucasfilm over the last few years. Oh, damn! Chicago scored a touchdown. It is 31-27 Chicago. Green Bay with the ball, 1 minute and 15 seconds left, and they are on their own 31. Ooh, baby. I mean, technically, Chicago's seated higher than Green Bay, so they should win, but. And obviously, I dislike both these teams. I really don't care who wins, but it would have been funny to see Chicago get bounced in an upset. Anyway. Yeah. So, yeah, the report set the stage for mainstream validation. The Hollywood Reporter's genre-focused Heat Vision newsletter, written by Aaron Couch and Boris Kitt, mentioned the possibility that an official departure announcement could come, quote, as early as next week, specifically referencing Filoni and Brennan stepping into co-leadership roles. While Heat Vision is focused on genre and franchise news, its acknowledgement of this transition is notable as a major Hollywood trade, indicating that the story has moved beyond rumor into industry consensus. What their roles might look like. Yada yada. Stars project. Yada yada yada. Official statements are still pending. Yes, of course. Convergence. Yada yada. Transition from later disclosed. Okay. Yada yada. Okay, cool. That last bit was just kind of their speculation and opinion. So, chat. We're looking at a much shorter time frame for Ms. Kennedy's departure than many people had thought. And again, 1 year ago, Bellany drops a very similar story. 1 year ago, the response from the trades was Kathy talking to Variety and saying all the shit she said and basically just pooping on Bellany. That was last year. This year, we have Bellany talking about she gone in short order. And then we have the fucking Hollywood Reporter coming out and being like, yeah, not only is it short order, it could be next week. You know what that means, chat? It means there's a possibility. An increasingly likely possibility that either Wednesday night or maybe Saturday night, I will be fulfilling my promise that I made so very long ago that I will play She Gone and I will shake that ass live on stream for you. That's right. I remember my promise and I shall fulfill my promise by bouncing that ass live on stream to the song She Gone. Yes, sir. Why? Because it doesn't matter how long it takes. That will be, for this guy, a happy, 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 happy day. Not as good as some others. I've had happier, more significant. But I'll be damned if that one isn't kind of a little bit up there. What do you think, chat? We don't have a refuting happening from the trades. We have confirmation happening from the trades. Oh shit, Green Bay's out of timeouts too. Clock ticking. You better get up there and spike that motherfucker. Oh, we have an injury timeout. Never mind. Ooh, but that'll be if I recall correctly, that's gonna be a 10-second runoff. But Green Bay's about to only have 22 seconds left. If I'm right. Oh shit. Nice dig route though. Could be a new age for Star Wars, but there's reason to be skeptical. 100%. There's definitely reason to be skeptical. But like I said, it's different this year. The trade is we're not having a trade come out and poop on Matt Bellany. We're having a trade come out and corroborate Matt Bellany. Big difference. I might even say huge difference. An encouraging difference. It also means I'm going to have to start stretching so I don't get a cramp. Because I'm 50 and I will get a cramp if I do not properly prepare. Like, let's be real. Wishing Filoni the best of luck with getting Star Wars on the right track. Yeah, we all are. And hopefully he adapts more of Lucas' advice. Well, if reports are to be believed, it's the hate for Lucas stuff was an Iger thing, not a Kathy thing. Like, she actually wanted to honor George, at least, to an extent. She was still going to do some Kathy shit to it, I would imagine. I mean, new owners always like to change shit about the stuff they buy. Or try to, if they can. Customize it, as it were. So it's kind of a natural instinct, right? Now, that doesn't, just because it's a natural instinct does not relieve you of the responsibility to not be stupid about it. Right? Excuse me, I have to go deal with the cat real quick. Bring back the EU. That'd be nice. Unlegend legends. You know what? Honestly, it's been so long since they did that, like literally 13 years. Because they did that, I think, back in 2012, almost right after they bought that motherfucker. At this point, I don't think making legends not legends anymore would make a difference. What they need to do is just adapt the fuck out of it. Is what they need to do. They need to go they need to kind of MCU it, really. The way MCU is based on comics and adapts comics, they need to adapt the EU. I mean, that's kind of like a gimme, right? And obviously not all the EU. A, there's way too much of it, and B, let's face it, some of the EU is pretty fucking wild and fucked up. Like, let's be real. There's definitely parts of the EU that should be like, read once the first time you read it and then probably never looked at again. But there are there's also plenty of badass Star Wars shit in the EU that I know a lot of hardcore. Oh shit, Green Bay lost 31-27. It's over. Damn. Right. Yeah. They need to go into the adapting game. Like real talk. Griff, I think Legacy of the Force arc would be perfect for the big screen, considering it's a continuation of the original follow-up to Star Wars. Yes, that would be very cool. I only see one potential issue with that, and actually, you know what? I have one question. How far past Return of the Jedi does Legacy of the Force happen? Because I feel like that happens right when the sequels happen, and I don't think Dave's going to retcon a goddamn thing. So if those overlap, unfortunately, I don't think that's going to be something Dave would adapt. Maybe parts of it. He might find a way to roll some of that into that time period and make it less lame. I suppose that's a possibility. But just straight up adapting it, I don't. Again, it depends on when Legacy of the Force happens. Uh, yeah, just depends on when Legacy of the Force happens. When does Legacy of the Force happen? Because I could be saying all kinds of shit that doesn't even fucking matter if I'm wrong about when Legacy of the Force happens. What part of the timeline does Legacy of the Force happen? Because the sequels start, what, 30 years after Return of the Jedi? Legacy of the Force takes place approximately 40 years. Oh, that's cool. Oh, I was thinking the New Jedi Order. That's almost right after Return of the Jedi. Actually, that works then, because they can just kill Rey. Because while the sequels take place 30 years after, don't they take place inside of like a year? That takes place over the course over the course of actually. Now let's see how smart Google is. Spans a single year. Okay. So yeah, that only takes up year 30 to year 31. Legacy of the Force takes place 9 years after that. That would work out nicely. I'm with Griff on that shit. That can work because that takes place 9 years later. You know, they could kill Rey within those 9 years and have others take over somehow. Bring Finn back and have him take over. They could do that shit. They could totally do that shit. That'd be dope. But I still want them to adapt like past, like give me the Bane trilogy, bro. Give me the fucking Bane trilogy. One movie per book. Gimme. Like start there. 1,000 years before A New Hope. Give me the Bane trilogy. I'm sure most of you know about the Bane trilogy. Y'all know about the Bane trilogy? I can yap about the Bane trilogy for a minute. I can yap about that Bane trilogy for a minute. Y'all know about the Bane trilogy? You want me to TLDR the Bane trilogy for you? Actually, I don't know if I can TLDR the whole trilogy. You know, my book's in storage, and I want to go dig that bitch out, but I'd have to go for a fucking drive and stuff. And also remember my unit up. God damn it. Now I just realized I don't remember the password to get in. Go back. Oh well. Anywho, setting that aside. Yeah, that would be dope. That's what Filoni needs to do. He needs to dig into the EU, and start adapting the dopest shit. Any further thoughts on that, chat? Any thoughts on Kathleen could be gone as early as Monday, although probably fucking not. Could be within a week, probably fucking not. Could be in the very, very near future. Please, God, please let it be true. About it, chat. Anything else? And then we'll get into Marvel. Yep, definitely going to be a bit of a shorter one tonight, folks. Over 4 hours on a weeknight on Wednesday. Good God. I'm still tired from that shit. Real talk. Prost. What the hell's the name of this movie? Momoa and Dave Bautista have a movie coming out together. Looks like some total super Giga Chad, fucking straight up mindless action awesomeness. This looks like something made in the 80s, and I love it. Car wrecks and ass kicking and bullets. Holy shit, this is a long ass fucking ad for this movie. Come on, get to the damn title. The Wrecking Crew, okay. Is that coming to theaters or just going to be on Prime? Holy shit, is that Ned? Ned's in that movie. Okay, coming to Prime January 28th. Gotta watch that shit. Sorry, total way weird sidebar, but that movie just looks like so much fucking fun. Anywho, all right. Let us now move on to Marvel. And so John Campy has been talking about Doomsday a lot lately, right? I don't know if y'all heard. Most of you probably heard, but if you haven't, John Campea has been talking a lot about Doomsday on his show lately. I think it was towards the beginning of the week. He said he's gotten to read the script. Him and Robert Meyer Burnett both, and it got them super hyped. And they were talking about like the movie's going to make $2 billion, maybe even $3 billion, which is fucking ridiculous. I'm seeing 1.3 to 1.5. Like it's not making $3 billion. I'll be surprised if it cracks $2 billion. But on the other hand, there's motherfuckers out there that are like saying it's only going to make like 700 million and shit. Like, okay, you're on crack. 700 million, you're on crack. 3 billion, you're on fucking crack. Like it ain't making that little, nor is it making that much. But like I said, John Campea has claimed to have read the script, and he's super hype about it. And on his show yesterday, what up, Brennan? Someone asked an interesting question, and he gave a very interesting answer. And we are going to check this out together. Here we go.
Steph C writes, without any spoilers, do they explain in the script of Doomsday why Doctor Doom looks like Tony Stark?
Do I need to turn that up? Oh, yeah, I do. Hold on.
Stark. Without any spoilers, do they explain in the script of Doomsday why Doctor Doom looks like Tony Stark? I'm trying to, I know the answer. I'm just trying to decide how to answer it. Let me put it this way. I'll put it this way. They do not, nor should they, and that answer will come in Secret Wars. They don't, and that's okay, because they will in Secret Wars. And I think it's the right decision. I can't give any more context or justification or whatever to that. But unless they change something very last second, no, they do not explain in this movie why Doom looks like Tony. They don't, and that's going to be something that comes a little bit later on. All right. Go ahead.
Well, chat. Well, chat. So it would appear we are not going to get the true official explanation of why Victor Von Doom and Tony Stark have the same fucking face until December of 2027 in the Secret Wars. Now, let there not be any confusion. On the TwitX, I saw motherfuckers reframing that in various ways, none of which were accurate. Like I saw one person reframe it as they have nothing to do with each other except for, basically a Captain America Johnny Storm thing. Chris Evans playing both. That's not what Campea said. That's not what Campea said at all. People are like, Campea confirmed he's a variant. in one direction or the other. No, he didn't say that either. What he said was, plain and simple, the reason why they look like each other, we don't get to know officially till sequel. He doesn't say we're not going to see his face very much. He wasn't implying that people are not. He wasn't implying that people aren't going to know. That's another one. I saw someone reframe it as we're barely going to see his face at all. It's like, no, motherfucker, they didn't hire the Iron Man guy to be Victor Von Doom and just be like, yeah, okay, whatever, they look alike. It doesn't matter. I saw people frame it as they're hiding he looks like Tony until Secret Wars. No, motherfucker. No, motherfucker. That face being Tony Stark's face is going to be responsible for a lot of the emotional drama and a lot of the emotional trauma that's going to occur in these movies. I mean, outside of universes blowing up. Like, that's too big. There's no way they're going to ignore that as a story point for the whole movie. Like, that's just ridiculous. Now, let's keep in mind that Campea said we're not going to get the explanation until Secret Wars. I am going to amend that statement for him just a little bit because I don't think we're not getting any explanation. Right? Because he said that's not going to get explained till Secret Wars. I don't believe that at all. What I do believe is that we might not get the real reason they look alike in Doomsday. But I'm pretty sure we're going to get a reason. It's just probably not true. It'll probably be part of Doctor Doom's manipulation of the various characters in this movie. So whatever reason he gives in the movie is probably not the truth. I don't think there's any way in hell that they can avoid the subject. Holy shit, he looks like Tony. How the fuck does he look like Tony? They're not going to be able to avoid that. Like, even if for some stupid ass reason they don't have any of the characters ask that, the entire fucking audience is going to be asking that. They have to address it in. I gotta remember to keep my hand on this side. They have to address it in some form or fashion in this fucking movie that comes out this December. But it doesn't have to be the real reason. The real reason can be kept till Secret Wars. I personally don't want that. I want confirmation of the real reason, please and thanks, in Doomsday. But if Campea is right, and remember, he claims to have read the script. Excuse me. We're not going to know the real reason they look alike until Secret Wars. What do you think about that, Chad? How do you feel about that? Again, not getting no reason at all, because I don't think that's in any way, shape, or form possible for them not to give us something in this movie. Some explanation of why they have the same face. Right? There's got to be something. But if Campea is right, it's not the real something. Why is that playing? Okay, it's muted. Why is that? Oh, because I closed the wrong YouTube thing. That's why that's playing. Okay. Oh, wait, no, that wasn't. Do that. There we go. All right, now do that. I'm such a moron sometimes. I swear to God. Okay. Marvel needs to have Doomsday set up Secret Wars in such a way that audiences leaving the theater will be hyped up for Secret Wars every day until it releases, not giving us the reason. I mean, that's definitely one way to get a whole year's worth of chatter going. Or for the GA, they'll think that's the real reason until Secret Wars, and then that'll be a massive holy fuck moment for them. You know, they don't have to reveal that that's not the real reason. We might just know that because of our bubble. Remember, we're in our bubble. Like, shit that isn't that secretive to us that most of the general audience has no fucking clue about. They're not into this culture. They're not in our bubble. They're not in our leak, scoop, rumor, speculation bubble. They're out there doing their own. They're just out there doing their thing. They're just out there living their lives, waiting for the next Marvel movie to come out that actually looks dope and with characters they're fucking familiar with. Right? They don't know the shit that we know. They don't care about this shit. They just want to go sit in the theater and watch a dope ass fucking Avengers movie. That is all they want. So, yeah, they'll walk out of that theater believing whatever explanation Doom gives. Probably. A lot of them will. Not all of them, but a lot of them will. And then when they come back in a year for Secret Wars, they'll be like, wait, what? They'll be like, holy shit, that's crazy. We'll know. Like, if this is true, we'll already know the explanation in Doomsday is bullshit and that we're getting the real one in Secret Wars. General audience ain't going to know that shit. They'll buy what they get in Doomsday, and then they'll be fucking flabbergasted when the truth comes out in Secret Wars, which will very much work in Marvel's favor. That'll generate all kinds of conversation. Well, first of all, what the general audience believes will generate a whole shit ton of conversation between Doomsday and Secret Wars. And then, of course, when the real reason comes out in Secret Wars, that'll generate a whole shit ton more conversation. Oh, it's totally going to generate a bunch of hype and money. I have no doubts about that whatsoever. Yeah. How do you guys feel about that? How do you guys feel about whatever explanation we get in Doomsday not being the actual explanation? Because honestly, I'm still a little torn about it. Like, I mean, you've seen it before. The greedy side of me is like, fuck that. I need to know the official reason, like, right now. Mostly, I just want to know whose theory is right. I just want to know what theory is correct, and I want to know now. But in terms of how it's going to affect the general audience, it's actually a pretty good idea. Give them this, be like, here you go. And they're like, oh, that's so cool. And then a year later, you're like, ha, ha, JK, it's this. And then you're like, holy shit. Insofar as keeping the general audience interested, and like getting them talking and maybe even having some of them wish they wore the brown pants in the theater, that's that's a good thing to do. It really, really is. It's just going to annoy some of us that are, in the know, as it were, that want the real explanation fucking now. Right? So, since we're all in our bubble, how do you guys feel about that? Good idea, bad idea? Don't give a fuck either way. What do you think? Excuse me. All right. If there are no further thoughts, questions, concerns, opinions, takes from you guys, chat, we should now get into the headline. It's the last thing I got for you. I told you this is going to be a shorter stream. The news is later. Means I need to pause that. All right. So on the Hot Mic Thursday night, Jeff Snyder decides to drop a little Marvel bomb about the Blade movie. The conversation went as follows.
Do you want to talk about Marvel?
This is what I want to talk about with Marvel.
Okay.
Blade is dead.
Whoa!
Blade is dead.
Are you officially reporting that, or is that a rumor, or are you saying that from your sources, Blade is dead?
It's a rumor.
Okay. Okay.
I'm hearing Blade is dead and that it is a Midnight Suns movie. He will not be introduced in a solo movie. He'll be introduced in Midnight Suns.
Wow. I mean, that's how you don't crack Blade, is you just put him in another movie. You don't have to crack it anymore. You just put him in another movie. But
I think it's just gotten to the point where it's just like, I don't think you're gonna get your own movie. Like, we can't have like a 60-year-old Mahershala Ali renting new comic book movies. So I think it's gonna be Midnight Suns.
Wow. Any idea on who's going to direct that?
No.
Okay. All right.
But people have been very quiet. People have been very quiet out there. We talked about some of those people last week on the pod.
Oh, yeah.
People are just, I don't know. See.
Oh, yeah.
Kobe Bryant movie's still out there too, man.
That what? The Kobe Bryant movie?
Bryant movie at Warner Brothers, beckoning somebody talented and most
feels that feels like a Shaka movie.
Yeah.
And this is why you stick around to the end of the show, people, because you never know what's going to drop based on
what's going to come out of my mouth or what I forgot to say. Yeah,
exactly.
That's what I hear is that Blade as a solo movie. Wow, I don't think that's going to happen.
Wow. Well, who do you think is going to be done for Doctor Strange 3? I don't know. Oh man.
I have no clue. I mean, they can. I don't know.
All right. C-Dub, how you holding up, man? I ask how you're doing because I know how you're doing, but how are you holding up? Oh, whoops. How you holding up, good sir? You all right? Okay. Yeah, I'll just say this. My DMs is always open, brother. And to your situation. So, chat. According to one Jeff Snyder, the Blade solo movie has been staked. Yeah, I fucking went there. And that Blade will now be introduced in a Midnight Suns movie. Question 1. How rough, a lot of emotions through the worst part. Okay. Well, again, my DMs is always open, my guy. Twitter, Discord, whatever. Yeah, so I wonder how Mahershala feels about assuming it's true. Although I have a strong feeling it is true. I mean, this movie was only announced in, 2019. This spring, it'll be 7 years, or summer. Summer, because it was at Hall H. It'll be 7 years this summer. Is it really a shocker that they're just like, fuck it, we give up? No, not really. That makes total sense. This doesn't surprise me in the slightest. Honestly, I'm surprised it didn't happen 2 fucking years ago at least. Like, they really should have given up on it a while ago. Like, seriously, like, I mean, they had that old original rumor. You guys remember the original rumor about it being like, about Lilith playing a big part of it and like her sidekicks and Blade being like 4th important in his own movie, which would have been dumb. Sounds a lot like the original version of Daredevil Born Again. And we saw what a even slightly, I guess, improved version of that looked like. And, based on what it could have been, that is kind of yikes. I didn't hate it, but I definitely ain't going to argue with anyone who says that it wasn't good. Like, there's, okay, Born Again Season 1. I didn't hate it. I'm not going to, it definitely wasn't great. I would say overall it's probably not that good. There are parts of it I appreciate. Like, a lot of people were turned off by like courtroom stuff, but I love that procedural shit. Like, that didn't bother me at all. The side quest with the dude that got busted for shoplifting fucking Cracker Jacks or whatever, dumb. Totally didn't need that. Did not need to dedicate a whole episode to the bank robbery. And used it as a reminder that Ms. Marvel exists. Yeah, there are definitely a fair chunk of improvements that could have been made to that season. But it is what it is. It's all done now. But yeah, it was what it was. Season 2 looks like it's going to be a whole fuck ton better. How the hell did I get on Daredevil? I already forgot how the fuck I got on Daredevil in the first place. Holy shit. Anyway, what the fuck did I have? God damn, my entire train of thought just fucking derailed like it's in Eastern Ohio. What the shit? Oh, right. Yes. Thank you, Brooke. Yeah. Daredevil was sort of sidelined in his own show in reference to that first stupid script and the commonality they had in their idiocy. Okay. Thank you. And then I had to clarify my own feelings on Daredevil for some stupid reason. Anyway, so yeah, they had that first script, which was complete IS if that was actually a thing. And then for whatever reason, they couldn't figure out how to have Blade running around killing vampires. Like, don't get me wrong. I am not a writer. I am not creative in barely any way, shape, or form. Like, my creativity is... So, like, I can't say I'm any better when it comes to cracking a Blade movie, but on the other hand, that's not my fucking job or calling or, like, thing. Writing is not my thing. But if you are a professional writer, script writer, screenwriter, show writer, whatever, I would think it wouldn't be hard to crack a story about a dude who's half vampire that runs around and kills all vampires that he finds. Like, you need a big bad vampire, you need a bunch of minions, and then you need a reason for him to have pissed off Blade excessively to make him specifically his next target. I mean, come on. The fuck are we doing here? On the other hand, Executive Judge saw Fire and Ash tonight. Oh, how was it? What'd you think? Were you wishing you could pause it to go pee? Yeah, so setting aside how ridiculous it is, you got the portrayal of Shuri Namor and Ben. Oh, okay, cool. Not super inspiring, was it? Yeah. So setting aside the fact that they couldn't crack a Blade movie in 7 years, fucking ridiculous. It appears to be done. I don't think that should be a surprise after, again, 6.5 years. So we are now getting Blade introduced in Midnight Suns. As someone who's never seen the Avatar films, the visuals were phenomenal. Oh, yeah. That doesn't surprise me. Pretty meh in terms of story. I hear that a lot. And if you think that's the case, imagine how you'd feel if you'd seen the first two. Visuals in IMAX 3D popped. Oh, I believe it. Did you duck? Especially the tent scene. What kind of tent scene are we talking about here? Were some blue cheeks getting clapped? Well, I haven't seen it. Are we talking blue cheeks getting clapped in IMAX 3D? Was there blue dong being flung at the screen? Did we get Navi nuts in 3D? That'd be crazy. I doubt it, but that'd be crazy. Navi nuts in 3D. The only species that can have sex on a regular basis and still have blue balls. Them and Smurfs. 50-50 on that. Blue cheeks in 3D. How fun is that? Where was I? Oh, yeah, Midnight Suns movie. Not that descriptive. Yeah. So, yeah, no more Blade solo movie. Blade will be introduced in Midnight Suns. Which, again, setting aside the absolute idiocy of the fact they couldn't come up with some kind of Blade movie in 6.5, soon to be 7 years. I'm totally down for him being introduced in a Midnight Suns movie. So let's face it. The Midnight Suns movie is kind of an event movie. It's a team movie. Right? And team movies tend to be, bigger in scope and size and spectacle than a solo movie. So, yeah, Blade being introduced in the Midnight Suns, I'm totally cool with that. Totally down for that. I think they need to get on that shit. Like, they need to get on that now. Or if not now, then next year for sure. Because I don't want to be waiting too far into the Mutant Saga for the Midnight Suns movie. Like, obviously, we need the X-Men first. Like, that's a given. Okay, cool, fine. But I want that Midnight Suns movie in 29. Now the question is, who's going to be on the team? Well, first of all, who do we want on the team? So we got Blade, Oppie. I want Strange on that motherfucker. I want Doctor Strange in the Midnight Suns movie, for sure. Oh yeah, yeah. They can do it the other way totally. Matter of fact, creating some sort of situation in the Midnight Suns movie that they can use to set up a Solo Blade movie would be pretty cool. Honestly, like they took care of like most of the issue, but there's still a little bit left, and Blade can be like, "I got this shit," and then that's the Blade movie. That'd be totally dope. I'd be here for that shit. Matter of fact, that's probably what's going to end up happening. Something like that. You know what I mean? But yeah, so Blade, Strange. What do you think? They should stick with the standard MCU established team of 6? Let's say they go that route, right? 6 Avengers, 6 Thunderbolts. There were 6 Thunderbolts, right? Bucky, Yelena, Ghost, Red Guardian. What's his name? American Patriot. Was there only 5? Bucky, Yelena, Ghost, Red Guardian, U.S. Agent. U.S. Agent. I guess there's only 5. Okay, fine. I still think it should be a team of 6. Unless I can only think of 5 people. So, Blade, Strange, Moon Knight. I want to see a resurgence of Moon Knight, but I want it to be Jake who's still in control, so he's Psycho. So give me Jake in control, Moon Knight. That's 3. Ghost Rider. 4. Who else should be on there? I need at least one more just to hit 5. Blade, Strange, Moon Knight, Ghost Rider. Should they rehab Morbius in a Midnight Suns movie? Not Jared Leto. Morbius is on the Midnight Suns in the comics, at least some iterations of it. Oh, there's that old ass rumor / speculation. What was her name? The African American witch from Agatha, when she flew off there at the end of the show, there were some rumors that she would end up on Midnight Suns. Like that was going to be her next stop. You can only have blue balls for so long. Yeah, but just imagine the head to toe body shake you're going to get when they finally get to release when the Midnight Suns movie comes out. Just bring a towel to the theater. That's all I'm saying. Wear white pants. You're going to need the white pants. You'll be like that dog on Van Wilder. Be able to fill a dozen Long Johns. Yeah, so I need a fifth one still. God damn it. Wanda. Yeah, it seems like overkill and they already have Strange, but Wanda. Blade, Strange, Moon Knight. Fuck, I already forgot who the other person was I said. Because Wanda was going to be my fifth. Ghost Rider. Duh. Yeah, Blade, Strange, Moon Knight, Ghost Rider, Wanda. Oh, Moon Knight with Jake in control specifically. In the Black Knight, like they introduced Blade's voice with the homie about to grab the all black necro sword. So yeah, there we go. Blade, Strange, Jake controlled Moon Knight, Ghost Rider, Wanda. What's his name in the comics? The Black Knight or whatever. Yeah, there's your team. Werewolf by Night. Yeah. I don't know. Out of anyone introduced in that show, I would go Man Thing. Maybe Ilsa. But now, let's be realistic. Will Wanda be on the team? No. Will Strange be on that team? Maybe. So if we eliminate Wanda and Strange, that would leave Blade, Ghost Rider, Jake controlled Moon Knight. I need to start this shit out, and I can't even remember names I fucking said 2 minutes ago. Oh, yeah, and the Black Knight. Blade, Jake, Ghost Rider, and the Black Knight. So we need at least one more to play with those four. Magic would be cool. They haven't done her since New Mutants. I still need to watch that. Every time I look at it, I'm like, I haven't watched this yet. I should watch it. I just don't watch it. Wong would be cool. Yeah. How did I forget about fucking Wong or Punisher? He'd also be cool. I think he might have been in an iteration of them in the comics too. Yeah, Wongers would be good instead of Strange. He'd be basically a perfect replacement for Strange. Okay, so Blade, Wongers, Ghost Rider, Black Knight. Jake controlled Moon Knight, Punisher. He's a good fifth. Yeah, exactly. That's why I took her back off the team. That was Fanboy Dreaming. That first team I came up with was my Fanboy Dreaming team. Now we're trying for more realistic. So yeah, Blade, Wongers, Ghost Rider, Jake controlled Moon Knight. Punisher. That's 5. Who'd be a good 6th? Man Thing would be cool. Magic. I kind of want him to bring it. Isn't that Isn't Magic Colossus' little sister? Isn't that Ilyana Rasputin? Am I right on that, chat? Isn't that Ilyana? Is that not Ilyana Rasputin? Rasputin. Younger sibling to Peter. Also known as Colossus. Am I right or wrong on that shit? If I remember right, she is. Yep. Yep, that's her. Ilyana Rasputina. Oh shit, she debuted in Giant Size X-Men #1. Oh. But her first name was not revealed until the Uncanny X-Men 145 and 6 years later. Jesus. Oh, that's why. They call her Ilyana Rasputina as the feminine version of Rasputin. So yeah. Colossus is Pyotr Rasputin. There's also Mikhail Rasputin, who I guess is a villain. And then Ilyana Rasputina. Cool. So yeah, bring her ass in. She'd be dope on there. Can I riff on the Blade thing for a second? Well, I can't stop you from typing, so yes. Wanted it so bad and loved Mahershala Ali wanting to be Blade directly after winning an Oscar. Feige Disney couldn't figure out a script or director. Evidently not, because they went through I think it was 3 directors and 4 script writers, or 4 directors and 3 script writers. It was one of the two. There was 3 of one and 4 of the other. So yeah, no, 6.5 years they couldn't figure out a fucking script or director, which is goddamn sad and pathetic and ridiculous and dumb. But that's the situation we have. They couldn't crack it for whatever reason. So there's fuck it, Blade will be introduced in Midnight Suns. And like I said, I think there's a pretty good chance that something will happen in that movie that will be the basis for his solo movie, which we will still get, but after. Yeah. But yeah, no, it is goddamn ridiculous that they couldn't fucking crack a movie that basically involves a dude running around killing the shit out of vampires. Certainly catered to Gemma Chan after she won an Oscar and massively touted and bragged about having her for Eternals. Oh, you mean Chloe Zhao? Who's Gemma Chan? Is she a writer? Is she a writer on the Eternals? Oh, she was what's her fuzz? I forget her character name. Okay, yeah. Cersei. That's her damn name. Both won Oscars at nearly the same time. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm looking at her awards and nominations. She didn't win an Oscar. She was nominated for a SAG award. Did not win. She won Best Supporting Actress for the Music City Critics Association for Crazy Rich Asians. Why the hell did she win Best Fight in Captain Marvel? She won a Gold List Award for being Cersei. I don't see that she's ever won an Oscar. Guess I'm looking in the wrong spot in this Wikipedia thing here. Oh, she was Minerva in Captain Marvel. So she's been in Marvel twice. Huh. How about them apples? Oh, you meant Chloe Zhao? Oh, yeah. That's funny. She was in Captain Marvel and then as Minerva. Oh, okay. She was on that team and she was a sniper. Okay. That's funny. Yeah, no, they were bragging up Chloe Zhao a lot at that point in time. And then that movie ended up just being I mean, I liked it. I didn't think it was bad. I don't know. That movie's like way fucking overhated. The Eternals, honestly. That movie's way overhated. I mean, it ain't like amazing. Don't get me wrong, but it's way overhated, in my opinion. But yeah. So while I am like very disappointed we never did get the Blade movie, I'm totally down with him getting introduced in a Midnight Suns movie and then getting the Solo movie, which I do firmly believe will happen. I do firmly believe we will still get a Blade movie. Just not the one that was announced in 2019. Yeah. What do y'all think, chat? Because that's all I got for tonight. So that was the last story. So it's your time now, chat. Thoughts on that? Thoughts on anything else we talked tonight? Thoughts on something I didn't talk about? I'm here for you, chat. But I'm out of original material. That Bears-Packers game wasn't that bad. No, the first half was kind of fun. I was glancing over at it throughout. Did you watch the fucking Rams-Panthers game? That was crazy. That fucking Rams-Panthers game was nuts. Like, I, along with most, thought the Rams were going to just dump truck the Panthers, and we were all wrong about that. We were all wrong about that one. Who the fuck plays tomorrow? Excuse me. Okay. Ooh, 3 games. Bills at Jags at 1. Am I okay, chat? I know the Bears Packers game. Yeah, they did end up being very similar, didn't they? All right, chat. Sports balls. Appreciate people that like the sports balls in chat, specifically the football. Do you guys think they should reseed once the playoff brackets are set? I do. I've thought that for a long time. Ever since the 7-9 Seahawks won their division and got to host a playoff game with a losing record. And now the Panthers just got to do the same thing. They lost, but they got to host a playoff game by winning their division with an 8-9 record. I don't think you should have to travel to the home of a team with a losing fucking record. Exactly. That's why they need to reseed. Panthers had the home field advantage because they happened to win their division, which was IS, with an 8-9 record, which is IS. But, like, if you have a crap record, I don't care if you won your division, your reward is getting in the playoffs. You should not automatically be rewarded with a home game just because you won your division. Like, your record should determine who gets home. Like, winning your division, sure, that should automatically get you in, even if you have a worse record than somebody else. That's fine. Your reward is getting in. But if you're 8-9, you should be the goddamn 7th seed. Like being automatically the 4th seed over teams with like, oh, I don't know, the Rams with fucking 12 wins or whatever, 13 wins, whatever they fucking had. That's crazy. That's just stupid. They definitely need to reseed. What got me on that? Oh yeah, Bills and Jaguars actually I think have comparable records. The Jaguars went on that fucking 8-win streak to end the season. Oh, 49ers Eagles though. 49ers have a better record than the Eagles. But they're going to Philly because the Eagles won the NFC East. Anywho, tomorrow's games are Bills at the Jacksonville Jaguars. They're the 1 o'clock game. The 4:30 game is San Francisco going out to Philly. And then the primetime game is the Chargers at the Patriots. Damn, tomorrow's good. That's a good day of football. And then Monday night is Texans going to Pittsburgh to shit all over Josh's Steelers with the number 1 defense in the league. So I'm calling Bills, Niners, Patriots, and Texans. Wow. I only have one home team winning, and that's the Patriots. Yeah, that's how I'm calling the rest of the games this week, y'all. Bills over the Jaguars, Niners over the Eagles, Patriots over the Chargers, and Texans over the Steelers. I have 3 of the 4 away teams winning. Yeah. Okay, well, that's that. But yeah, they need to reseed once the playoff brackets are set, because that's just stupid. That's just stupid. All right, cool. I'll be able to watch the Bills Jaguars on the TV. I'll have to watch the Niners Eagles on the phone. I'll be able to watch Chargers Patriots on the TV. Cool. 2 out of 3. I'll probably be dashing for well, I'd have to watch Texas Steelers. As long as the Steelers lose, I'll be happy. Yeah, and that's on Monday night, though. If Josh holds true to form, he'll take Tuesday off streaming, so we won't be able to fuck with him if the Texans wins till Wednesday. See how many people he bans for shitting on the Steelers if they lose on Wednesday. Any of you guys want to make your predictions for tomorrow before we get out of here? Because I'm going to get out of here pretty soon. Again, Bills over Jags. Niners over Eagles. Patriots over Chargers. Texans over Steelers. Wow, the AFC gets the primetime games. Oh, yeah, and by the way, I'm calling whoever comes out of the AFC beats whoever comes out of the NFC in the Super Bowl. Grant all those picks other than Pittsburgh Texans. Texans should win on paper, but they lack playoff experience and maturity, comparatively speaking. That is fair. That is a fair take. That is a fair take. There is a chance that the moment could be too big for them. That is true. That is very, very true. I still think they get it done, though. Pittsburgh has been sloppy as fuck all season long. And the Texans found their groove and have just been running over motherfuckers lately with that number one defense. Just stifling motherfuckers. Oh, thank you, Griff. Yes, join the Discord. Also, hit all the buttons. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the bell. I gotta remember to do that way more often throughout stream. I need to start reminding myself to do that between stories / segments / whatever you want to fucking call it. I needs to remember to do that. I'm such a shitty streamer when it comes to promoting myself. You know, it's why I'm not good at why I've never been good at sales. Like, I don't like to be that person. I may have, although that could be a. Oh, thank you, Griff. Yes. Although you might either really enjoy some of my stuff or be really annoyed by some of my stuff, depending on your mindset about certain things. But yeah, other than that, you'll enjoy it. Pitts for more playoff maturity, but you want Texas to win? Oh yeah, I'm totally with you on my desire for them to win. 100%. You know, it's not that I want this. It's not that I want the Steelers to lose. I just want Aaron Rodgers to lose. I love Mike Tomlin. I think he's an amazing fucking coach. The dude has never had a losing record. He's had a few 500 seasons, but he's never had a losing record in 19 fucking years. That's crazy. He's the longest tenured NFL coach at 19 years. John Harbaugh, before he and the Ravens parted ways, was only 1 year behind him at 18. And Tomlin's never had a losing record. That's fucking amazing all on its own. Yeah, no, I'm a big fan of Mike Tomlin. I liked the Steelers when I was a kid, back when Bradshaw was still quarterback and they had the fucking Iron Curtain defensive line with Mean Joe Green and his friends. I liked Pittsburgh way back in the day. I kind of still like Pittsburgh just in general as a franchise now. I just don't fucking like Aaron Rodgers, and I want his ass on the couch with the rest of us, watching and fuming. That's what I want. Anyway. Anything else, chat? If not, I'm getting the fuck on out of here. Go digest some cannabis and watch an episode 2 or 2 more of season 3 of Castlevania. All right, y'all. Thank you for being here. You guys are dope. I mean, look at it as a break for yourselves, since we were all here for fucking 4 hours and 15 minutes on Wednesday. We're all getting a little bit of a break tonight. Getting out here in under 3 hours. You guys have a good rest of your weekend and a good beginning to your week. And come on back Wednesday night. We'll talk about whatever happens between now and then. Carter's always been a jealous crybaby, thinks he should be respected like Brady. Facts. Yeah. Lame, but I donate to you. That dude just sucks. Well, I 100% agree with that. The franchise is worthy of respect. Their current quarterback is not. At least not in my opinion. Oh, it's totally as a person. As a player, I totally respect his ability to ball. I always have. Even when he was the Packers quarterback, annoying the shit out of my Lions, I still respected his skills. But yeah, he's a douchebag. Aaron Rodgers is a douchebag. And I want him to lose. I'm just sorry he has to take the Steelers with him. But he needs to lose. He needs to retire. He needs to go away. Yep. Anywho. That's my answer to the question, even though you weren't asking me, Executive Judge. Anyway. Where was I? Yes, being extraordinarily grateful for you guys choosing to be a part of this community and hanging out with me while I yap about this shit. I mean, time's precious. Trust me, the older you get, the more you realize that. And you guys choose to hang here 2 nights a week for generally 2.5 or more hours every fucking single time. It's crazy and it's awesome. And I really, 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 really appreciate it. So, enjoy the rest of your evening, however much of it there is left for you based on your time zone. Hopefully, again, you have a good beginning to your week. And we'll be back here Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern to talk about whatever happens in our nerdy world between now and then. You guys are amazing, and I love you. Thanks for being here. Bye-bye. Well, now, what an enjoyable little stream we had tonight. Yes, shorter than normal, but I'll be goddamned if we didn't fucking go hard Wednesday night. So, a little bit of a quicker stream, not necessarily a bad thing, especially for me because I'm tired. But yeah, you guys are amazing. Thank you so, so much for being here, for being a dope community. Hit all the buttons, please, if you haven't done so. Like, subscribe, notification bell. Join the Discord. The link's not too far up in the chat. Share the stream out. Throw it out as a post on your socials. Send it to your friends. Let's get some more people hanging out with us in the basement, y'all. Get them to hit the sub. Get them to hang out. Get them in the Discord. All that fun stuff. You guys are amazing. Thank you for being here. Hope you have good times till we're back on Wednesday at 9 p.m. Much love to y'all. Much gratitude to y'all. And remember, wherever you're at and whoever you're with, always keep it nerdy. Much love, y'all. Peace.